Good morning, way showers. Beautiful vibrational beings of light. And in this now, I'd like to talk about the vibration of the light within us. As we are all human, I too am human. And here I find myself waking up immediately thinking thoughts I don't want to think. Upset about a creation I've created. Wondering why I would have this perspective that would make me feel the way I do about this thing. And knowing all along that the way I feel inside about it because it's negative or because it makes me feel anything less than love, that I know that my higher self is not thinking the same thing as I'm thinking about that thing. And it's trying to tell me that. And yet sometimes when we're in the throes of it, when we're in the throes of that feeling and all you can hear is your own heartbeat and your own anger and your own self-doubt and self-questioning, and then it turns into defense and just accelerates and accelerates and accelerates into this power, and it in a sweep of a moment can take us over. And I just found myself, it's like I didn't want to hear, I didn't want to talk, I didn't want to explain, I didn't even want to hear my spirit guides. I just wanted to feel it and be in it and try to understand it, and yet not blame myself for the creation because it's mine, and yet while still asking, why would I create this? And I know right away it's so I can change my perspective. And the whole time as it's burning and burning within me, the wanting the anger and not wanting the anger and wanting to raise my vibration, yet wanting to be in it and observe it and understand it, yet ultimately it was I just wanted to raise my vibration because it's just getting far too painful to be in that place anymore. So immediately we start looking for resolutions and answers within us so we can soothe our soul. No longer do we want to wallow in these ideas. We want to stand back and breathe and observe. And even those of us who have come here to help guide others on their path, we too are reflections and are being reflected back our own creation. And so therefore too, I must also apply my own tools and the words of these beautiful entities that come through us to remind myself too, this is my path and I've created it and I can change it. And if I can't change the situation, I can change my perspective about it. I can change the way I look at it. And sometimes we just don't want to. Sometimes we want to feel what we're feeling when we're feeling it. And we need to do that too. We need to honor that. And that's something I even have trouble with, honoring that part. Knowing that I don't belong in this vibration. It doesn't feel good. I know I don't belong here. I don't like it. But sometimes we just want to be in it for a few minutes just to feel it and figure it out and understand the emotion. What is this energy that's in motion within me, and why am I feeling it? What am I thinking about this thing that would make me feel this disturbance within me? And yet the best realization is that I felt as this burning desires are growing within me about this thing that I'm feeling that I don't like within me. And yet what I'm realized, that was the fuel burning. The fuel was heating within me. That fuel of the desire, that fuel of the rocket of desire of the thing that you've now discovered you don't want. Whatever it is, whether it's the feeling you don't want, whether it's the situation you don't want, whether it's the relationship you don't want, The realization of knowing you don't want it and what you don't prefer is pointing you, me, us in the direction of what we do prefer. I just needed to come outside and sit and ask for nothing more than help me raise my vibration, because I couldn't go anywhere else with it. I couldn't think. I didn't want to be logical. I didn't want to try to figure it out. I just wanted to feel better. I just wanted to feel better. I wanted to feel better about me, because I think we tend to, when a situation arises, don't deal with the actual task at hand, the actual situation. We allow it to blow up into things that have nothing to do with the actual problem, the actual thing inside that we're trying to dig at. And so it comes out in all these extraneous ways, and we blame things and blame ourselves and blame other people, which has, and it turns out that it has nothing to do with what's really going on. We're blaming all these other things instead of wanting to deal with the actual thing, because sometimes the actual thing is too difficult to deal with because we're too afraid of what we might find out. But isn't finding out what it's all about? Isn't that what the whole idea is what are we going to find out? And not being afraid of that, because it's just more of who we are and what we need to know. And then I thought about the date today on the 7th, and the 17, adding up to 17, which equals 8, which is the number of infinity, the infinite. And then I have to remind myself to raise my vibration, to remind myself I am an infinite light being, and that this is an illusion, this is a creation, this is a dream of my subconscious for my strength, courage, growth, and understanding in this three-dimensional reality. It is no more real than a dream, and yet it is a dream we have chosen to live in now and interact with. But yet, when you raise your vibration and see the larger picture, that I am an infinite being with a much larger task, and in raising my own vibration and in learning from this circumstance, this situation, and sharing that learning, we raise the vibration of the human consciousness, and not only of the human consciousness, but the entire collective consciousness of the all. So share your sorrows and your burdens, but share the solution. We as humans love to substantiate where we are, to explain why we're where we are and why we can't move on. Yet now is the time to make the infinite change. No longer do we sit and explain why we're where we are. We trust each other to raise our vibrations with each other, to learn from it and rise above it and move away from it and learn once and for all and take that lesson to the all. We no longer have to go deep and dark. We pick it up, we hold it up to the light, we look at it, we observe it, and we find we do not need to focus on it. So today, when I didn't know what even to ask for, all I wanted was to feel better, to raise my vibration. So I came to the trees and said, help me. And it was even difficult to decide to even record this. But yet, we're all human, we're all vulnerable, yet we're also all multidimensional beings, sharing our burdens that we may lighten them. Thank you for lightening mine with me, for bringing this information, sharing the love and the ways to raise our vibration, that we may raise the vibration of our hearts and our souls and the entire collective consciousness. That's my highest joy. And when we are all in our highest joy, everything changes. Our reality changes moment by moment. We are in a new parallel reality, raising our frequency, returning to a higher version of ourselves and the people that are around us. So I simply asked for a vibrational recalculation, a vibrational recalibration. Help me raise my vibration. On the times when I can't see it and feel it and hear it, I know you're there listening. I know my guides are listening even when I'm not hearing them. There is great comfort in that. So today on this vibration of 8 of the infinite, know that what we put out is infinite, serving the all, serving the whole, serving every race, every civilization, serving the first light, serving God and all creatures. Source energy, whatever you choose to call it. There is no name. It is simply the one. The one is the all, and the all are the one. It is simply the one. Nalua mayana korakatolua sanaikia toba. Kindokoya kalia malara hasanoa. Shunua kalakandia solarapo kayatia maleana. Minura lea corniana. Minoloria kablianka yasananiana. Pokotola akatankia sapaliama. No you rahala koyaso. No you malo akatankia sanila. No shura kasina niatolo akakwamahi. Nitoya nayo. Nina mayo akatonyo anako. Shonupu akatayo soto. Konoyoa laru mayoa. Likiana nani ano akaluko satoroa. Shonukwa satoroa mayawalahi. You are the infinite. Mayoko asana. Shonukura katila sanito akaya. Konto ya kala. Sinumo rakata yosanoko. Hana ana nina. Oyoa asanoko. Kostoru ashanaya wala. Hisayatoko. Konto yasayi. Mayura hasani ala kuakatoyo. Noyo ala kanamako asa totoro akashanito. Sonawala. Sanukuriata Kinta Yasanata Wasolura. Notuya Katalinkia Sataya Sala. You are the language of love. You are the languages of lights. No, you are Kalatia. Everything speaks the languages of lights. No, you are Kalampongka Yasalia. Naya Lakoya. Hasho Akatoko. Oh, Yorasa Nitu Akayua. There are guides everywhere. Your guides are everywhere. We are here. Source breathes through all, speaks through all, feels through all, observes through all, sings through all. Nalora kamyana wala kotoya, ha tu akayagi, ha atu nama yurakala, siaya wala kayamaso, ha yakanayawa, matu aka soya maiwa, matu yalawa, shokwaya maiwali yakani. Malawakana, Yushunoako, Kora, Kora Natia, Nayumalu Sunoku, Halana, Kosto Yanoko Rashani, Mayawala Nako, Kora Natu, Mahala.